Hi friends, welcome to my not a sewing video. I I'm standing. Yay. Um I feel bad because I said in my last video a couple weeks ago, "Oh, I'm going to get back on top of doing my videos," and then I totally haven't. I had a bit of a setback when I found out about I was having some worse pain in my elbow and discovered that I have some nerve issues. Fun! Along with my fracture in my elbow, so that's super fun. But I'm handling it. It's okay. Everything's fine. It just means I needed more instruction on how to take care of myself, what I can and can't do right now, and how to deal with the pain. My foot, though, is in a... I'm out of my boot. I don't know if I already shared that with you, but I'm out of that big, horrible boot. And I'm into... There's a spider web. Ew! Okay. Focus. Focus. Ugh. Hang on just a second. Ew, 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 ew. Ew, ew. Okay, it looked old. A spider better not come after me for that. Okay. Sorry, now I'm paranoid that there's a spider out there and I just destroyed his home. But this is my home. I am fine with bugs. They live out there, outside. That's where bugs live. And that is their home and their natural habitat. I get that. And I try to leave them alone outside because that's where they live. But this is my home. They do not get to come into my home. No. Sorry that the lighting is horrible and the arrangement, everything's horrible because my ring light thing is upstairs in the sewing room, which is exploded with stuff. And I can't really manage it right now. So you are sitting on top of a bolt of fabric in a corner in my living room that seemed kind of high enough. So you're kind of high enough to film from. It's not my best angle, but you've seen me at my worst at this point, so whatevs. Oh, my foot! So I'm in a walking brace now, which is so much better than that boot. And I'm allowed to walk around a lot more. I've got a bunch of exercises from physical therapy that I can do. And it's doing a lot better. So walking is doing a lot better. I just have to be really careful not to overdo my walking and not to push into the pain. And I have to be careful on uneven ground because uneven ground is apparently the best way for me to re-injure myself. So I have to be really careful with that too. And then my arm's like a whole other stupid issue. But let's move past all that because that's just going to keep being a thing forever. My visit like 2 weeks ago with the ortho was like, oh, this is your elbow? Yeah, you're gonna have like pain and issues and being that sling for like 6 more weeks. And I'm like, 6 weeks? That's like almost 2 more months of, okay, awesome. I tell you, it is not good for your mental health to be dealing with all this. Is super not good for mental health. And I've been trying to combat the mental health issues. Was so excited. I was supposed to go on this sunflower. Every year, me and my two like closest girlfriends go see the sunflowers and take pictures and frolic in the sunflowers. And I was supposed to go, and I woke up that morning and I had slept weird on my arm because you can't control how you sleep, very well. And I tried to I have this thing I wrap around my wrist, and then I kind of wrap it around my body to keep my arm on my stomach while I sleep, but it doesn't always stay like that. Anyway, I had slept on my arm weird, and I was in so much pain. And then, of course, also my time of the month decided to start that day as well. And between the two, I was just like, I can't handle this. There's so much. I had like ice packs all over, and so I didn't go. And I actually ended up going to urgent care, which is where I found out about the fact that I have nerve damage issues that I need to be taking better care of. So I'm talking really fast and a lot, and I need to slow down and calm down. Okay, friends. What I have also been doing is trying to sew like a crazy person, because I have got these two big things coming up. Well, I've got three big things coming up in September and one at the beginning of October. And I'm just like, ugh. So what I'm trying to sew for September, so next week I'm going to Utah. I'm going to visit my parents, but then I'm also going to the Jessa Enchanted Garden Ball. I have a friend who offered me a ticket, and I was like, oh, in Utah, huh? Okay, well, I don't know. Because as you know, I haven't had the greatest luck with the sizing of the Jessa dresses that I've gotten. If you wear one of their dresses to the ball, you can win. You go into a contest to win a year's worth of Jessa dresses, which, could be awesome, potentially. So I've been like racking my brains. What do I want to do for this ball? My friend Kat, when she found out I want to go to this, she's like, I want to go too. I want to go too. So my friend Kat is coming from Arizona, and she is making the most gorgeous fantasy gardeny gorgeousness fairy princess gown to wear. And then my friend Amy, who is a historical costumer, is wearing her like beautiful violet or lavender Regency dress that she's gonna like gardeny up and stuff, and so we're gonna go to this ball. So I've been trying to figure out what I want to do, what I want to wear. So this, out of all the Jessa dresses I've gotten, this one is my favorite. And I think it goes really well with the Enchanted Ball or Enchanted Garden theme, because it's like roses and stuff all over. The skirt is this long, flowy skirt with ruffle at the bottom. But I didn't want, and first things first, I have to make this fit me. So I'm still terrified to touch this dress. But it has got to be taken in, because when I put this dress on, my pointer fingers, like it's a pointer finger's width, which is about 3 inches. About 3 inches worth. On both sides need to be taken in on this dress. But that means that there's like width that needs to be taken in all the way up around here. The shoulder is way too long and like droops off my shoulder, so I need to take some in off the shoulder. And that means that the skirt will have to be taken in like, oh, I'm terrified of doing any of that and all of that. So I'm trying to figure out if there's a way to like do some of that and then cheat with some of it. I have some ideas. I've been doing some creative pinning and whatnot. I've been scouring through all of my costuming and cosplay photos on my phone and computer that are like inspiration photos and stuff, because I want to do more with this. Because all that the contest says, or all that it says is you have to wear a Jessa dress. That's all it says. And it says masks, accessories, all sorts of stuff. You can wear all of that. So it doesn't say that you can't wear stuff with your dress. So I'm like, I want to do more than just show up in a Jessa dress. Because I didn't make it. That's not me. I'm the sucky seamstress. Yes, sucky, but also seamstress. So I'm flipping through, and I found some photos of my friend, Melissa, who is a cosplayer. And ages ago, I had bought a bunch of cosplays from her, and they didn't fit me, so I picked them for the fabric. I know. But I picked them for the fabric, and one of them had been this big poofy skirt, and she pleated it to make poofs. And I remember at the time thinking, it's so weird that she pleated this for the poofs, where I would have just ruched it because that would have been so much faster. So I'm digging through my fabrics, and I find some of the leftover fabric from hers, but I had to order a bunch more because I'd used some of it for a different project years ago. Anyway, and I start ruching it, and I'm like, oh, this doesn't look right. This isn't making the right puffs. So I had to start all over and ended up pleating it anyway, because, you know, people who've been there actually have learned, and we should learn from them. But some of us don't. Some of us have to make the same mistakes because we are not smart. So anyway, I've spent almost a week, because it's a little slower for me because I don't have quite as much mobility as I usually do. Pleating this monstrosity. Yeah. So this is faux, I never really figured out. I think it's faux taffeta. It might be faux dupioni. Into all of these, into this poofy skirt, really. The top's not finished yet, but I just need to put a waistband on it. And I'm sorry, I don't know how to tip. I don't have my thing, so I can't like tip my phone down. But it's this big, poofy, amazing skirt. And I do have plans for using the skirt for a different costume later. But for now, I'm doing this big poofy skirt, and I'm going to put it under this Jessa dress. And then what I'm going to do, and anything I'm doing with this Jessa dress other than resizing it to fit me, is non-permanent, because I want to be able to just wear it as is in the future. So I'm going to tie up sections of the front of the dress with ribbons so that it kind of scallops a little, so you can see all the big poofy ruffles of the skirt underneath. And then I've also got some fake roses and stuff that I'm going to be adding in. So hopefully I'm kind of doing enough to make it more mine. You know, I mean, I want to wear the Jessa K dress. I love the idea of being entered into a contest. And I love this dress, and it's beautiful, even though it's giving me heartburn. But I wanted to add an element that makes it my costume, my, you know, something I have sewn and put effort into. So this is my big effort into this costume. And then I have like a tiara and hairpiece and these windy flower things I'm going to put on my hands. And ooh, I want to get my nails done. I don't know when I have time for any of that. Anyway, don't know how I'm going to fit any of this in luggage. Probably going to have to check a bag that's just this costume. But that is that. Then, the very next week, I have a photo shoot that I'm going on with a fantasy photographer. I mean, she does other stuff too, but she's very kind of well known online for her kind of historical fantasy and fantasy photography. I'm going to edit this video because my brain just went completely blank. I can see her in my head, but I just went completely blank. So I'm actually going to edit this video with a little snippet of who she is and her socials right here. Right here. And we're back. Okay. Hopefully I did that right. Anyway, she's amazing. If you don't follow her, I don't know why you're not following her, because she's amazing and she does the most beautiful stuff and she travels all over the world, really. But especially all over the US, to do these shoots. And way back over my birthday in March, when I got some money, I splurged and bought this shoot. Now, originally it was supposed to be me and handsome hubby going, but between his work and then we have our elder dog George, and we really can't afford to pay the prices that we found for who would need to watch Puppy, our dog, and we don't really have any friends who can watch our dog either, because they either are too busy, can't watch him, have other pets, can't watch him, there's other issues anyway, and they can't watch him. So we were gonna kind of do like a well-needed couples trip down to the coast and then do this photography thing. And anyway, it's not going to be us, but he will have fun at home. He will get the giant TV. Well, it's not giant, but the big downstairs TV to himself to try out all his new video games and eat his junk food that he will eat when I'm not home. And I'm sure he will absolutely love that. And to not have me sitting next to him sewing and making lots of noise and listening to my books my audiobooks, so that he has to use his headphones because I'm mean like that. So that's okay. That's okay. I've got a friend who's going to be going with me, who actually lives down in the Portland area. So that'll be great. And it'll be fun. We're doing 3 themes of shoots. The first day we're doing pirates, and we're going to go out to Rockaway Beach in Oregon, which is, I think I've been there once, and it's beautiful and amazing. And for pirates, I'm really just pulling what I kind of already have, because I have a lot of stuff that will work for pirates. I'm just trying to decide how like serious I want to go, because I was looking at some other people's kind of lady pirate shoots, because without hubby going, it's mostly a female presenting group, I think is the best way to say it, because I'm not sure who all in the group, what the pronouns are for everyone in the group. But from what I've seen of everyone's online presence, it seems that everyone is very female presenting. So with hubby not going as our token male presenting, we seem like a very female presenting group. I don't know, like I have this kind of old map looking fabric that I had made into like a bustle for a steampunk event once a long time ago, that I was kind of thinking about maybe throwing into my pirate look or something. I don't know, but then I'm like, but does that kind of lean more towards kind of the silly side, you know? Oh, look, I have a map bustle, you know, or I don't know. So I'm trying to see, because a lot of the pirate shoots that I've seen out there that are mostly either female presenting, or they're kind of like, or they're like, I don't know how to describe it, like almost like female presenting, looking like sexy men, or I don't know. I'm sure you've seen some of them out there. I just don't know. And we have our own Discord for everyone who's going, and we've kind of tried to coordinate some of the looks a little bit, but a lot of it is just kind of, hey, bring your look and we'll just make it work. So I don't know, but I have a lot of pieces that I can throw together to create a look, so I might just take all of them since I'm driving. Then the next day we're going to be doing Rococo, and I am making my very first I don't want to pronounce this badly, robe à la française dress. I have a million patterns for them. It's the dresses with the, I want to call them the Watu pleats that go down the back. I've tried to make one in the past and gave up halfway through because the fabric was so bad. It was really bad fabric. And I have a lot of patterns for these dresses, from I have JP Reine patterns. I have I've got the really good ones that keep coming out. I can't remember who they're through. Anyway, I have a bunch of different ones, but I am so terrified by my skill level that I dug through my patterns and pulled out the American Duchess Simplicity pattern. And I figured it's got the information right here on the pattern down below of the website you can go to read the American Duchess blog to make this pattern a little bit more historically accurate if you want to. So I've decided I'm just going to use this pattern because it will probably be easier for me. I'm going to look at the website and see if any of those changes are things that will, I can incorporate. The fabric I'm going to use, you're actually sitting on. So I'm going to pick you up. Hi. I'm going to turn you around. So this is the fabric I'm going to use. It is a cotton blend stripe with flowers, pink stripe with flowers, and it's got like a watered look to it. I have had this in my stash for ages, and it has been earmarked for one of these dresses for ages. And I just was finally like, you know what? Stop being afraid to use the fabric. Stop being afraid to fail. Stop being afraid and not having the costumes you want. Stop planning for a future where you're skinnier, where you're prettier, where you're a better seamstress, where you have more time, more money, more... Just have it now. Just do the things now. Have it now. You know? And then for the, actually for the underneath layer, I've decided, since this is kind of more of a fantasy shoot, like it can be historical fantasy, like they don't really care about your accuracy or whatnot. I have 2 yards of this fabric that I got when a Home Fabrics in Utah was closing a million years ago. And I got the last 2 yards of this fabric, and I haven't known what to do with it because I only have 2 yards, and it's hard to know what to do with it. You'll see in a sec. And then I was comparing it. It's a little bit more salmon, just slightly more salmon than the pink of this dress, but I still think it can work. So I'm going to use it. So I have this fabric. It is a faux taffeta. It's like a, I want to say oftentimes the color is called like bone. It's like a cross between tan and off-white. It's too light to be tan, but it's too dark to be off-white. And it's got this beautiful embroidery along the bottom. The rest of the fabric, and it's wide. I mean, it is a wide fabric, you know, is just plain, more of that plain fabric. But yeah, it's got this beautiful embroidery along the bottom. So I thought that I would make a front panel for the underskirt. And then I have just some kind of plain, really crappy fake faux taffeta in like a cream color to fill out the rest of the underskirt around the back where no one will see it. And then I'm going to take a section of this and make the front, this part, this insert right here that goes right here, if that makes sense. I think it will look pretty. I don't know. What do you think? Again, like I said, this pink is slightly more salmon than pink compared to the pink of my fabric, but I still think it will look really good together. And Handsome Hubby had an idea that I don't know how, maybe, I don't know. So I have this spool of thread that like matches the pink fabric almost exactly. And he suggested that I maybe like add some of this like around the blue, just in the center of this pattern, or just add a little bit of like the natural pink somewhere in here. See, like this pink flower over here is a lot closer to this pink fabric, so I don't know. I don't know if I have time to do any of that. Because like I come home from Utah, so I leave for Utah on Wednesday. I come home on Monday, and then I leave on Thursday. So that gives me like 3 days to get any sewing I didn't get done now done. Anyway, but that's that plan for that dress. I am planning to make the under petticoat, underskirt, whatever it's called, and an upper part out of the pink fabric as well for this dress, so that it has other options, since I know that that is not necessarily like historically accurate. But I really love that idea for the photo shoot. I think that will look just really pretty and lovely outside. We're going to a garden or something somewhere to take the pictures, so I think that will be really pretty. And then our third photo shoot is Lady Hobbits, which, well, hobbits, just hobbits, not lady hobbits. I say lady hobbits because that's what I'm doing, but hobbits is a hobbit photo shoot. So I have a couple of things that I can use, but I really want to make a new, like, I really want to make a bodice top. I keep getting in my own head. So when I found out we were doing a Hobbit shoot, I was like, oh, okay, Hobbits. So while I've been sewing, I rewatched the Hobbit movies. And you see like one female Hobbit at the beginning of the first movie, which is ridiculous. But you just see one because Gandalf kind of shows up and he's like, okay, let's go on this adventure. And all the dwarves show up and they're like, okay, let's go on this adventure. And he's like, I'm not going. And then he's like, wait, my life is quiet and maybe it's too quiet. Let's go on this adventure. And he leaves. And he like passes one lady hobbit. And her outfit actually looks kind of like a almost Elizabethan doublet bodice, because it's got like the little tabs at the waist and the little kind of over the arm side thing. Anyway, and I'm like, what? No, I don't want to make that. And then at the end of the movie, when Frodo, not Frodo, this is the Hobbit, when Bilbo, when Bilbo comes back and he passes all the people who are like hauling away his stuff because he's been gone so long, they decided he must be dead and they've been like auctioning off his stuff, which is ridiculous. I mean, granted, I feel like he should have told. Okay, so it's Lizabeth Roberts. Lizabetroberts, I think. I will put it in the description. She's an amazing photographer. And you can find her on Instagram under Lizabeth Roberts. Hey, sorry, I had to stop and restart the video. Hey, I'm gonna go traveling. Maybe keep an eye on my house. Or I guess they don't really need to keep an eye on their houses there. Oh, but he could have said, hey, keep an eye on my house so that my relations don't try to steal all my stuff. But he should have, I feel like he should have told a neighbor or someone, hey, I'm going to go traveling. I don't know how long I'm going to be gone. Don't worry about me unless I'm gone for like more than 3 years or something, So, or maybe sent a letter to someone in Bag End saying, hey, I've been gone a long time, but I'm alive, so. But anyway, you actually see quite a few female hobbits along the way in a variety of outfits. And then you can find a lot of pictures of the female hobbits from the Lord of the Rings movies, from like the dancing scenes and of course Rosie. And all of their bodices are like, they usually have like a panel here and then a different fabric, usually something relating to it, not contrasting so much, but like a relating color or something there. And then I think they tie up the back. But I've noticed when I look at people who've done you know, their Lady Hobbit costumes on like Instagram and stuff, the majority of the time they're wearing like, well, corsets and fancy fabrics that tie up the front, which is fine. It's their costume, their prerogative to wear whatever they want. But my brain's like, okay, well, the costumes that are actually for them are kind of based on historical, okay, but women seem to, on the internet, seem to be wearing corsets out of fancy fabric as their tops to their female. So what do I want to make? Because it's a fantasy character, make whatever you want. My brain, as we have discussed previously, and by discussed I mean I've told you, always leans historical. It just does. I love historical costuming. I love the clothing from history. I love the aesthetics, not the values, the aesthetics from history. And so my brain is always like, if you can do it right, why wouldn't you do it right? And yes, Lord of the Rings, fantasy books. I have them right there. There's Lord of the Rings, there's The Hobbit, there's the Silmarillion, there's, yeah, got my set right there. And yes, they are fantasy, but even the clothes from there are based on history. Like, if you read about, like, J.R.R. Tolkien and where he took his influences from, they're from history. And I love the costuming in the movie. I don't know. So I don't know what pattern to use. I don't know. And you might be like, Emily, it's just a colorful bodice that you're going to wear over one of your poofy white shirts, and you're going to wear a colorful skirt, and you're going to frolic. You're going to curl your hair, and you're going to have your cute little ears stick out through your curls, and it will be great. I overthink everything. Like, I just do. If you could be in my head, you would be very tired. If you could be in my head for just like 20 seconds, you would need a nap afterwards, because I overthink everything. Obviously, the skirt took way too long to make because I overthought like so much of it. And there's like one section of fabric that didn't match the other fabrics. The skirt was like a panel bigger, and I put all that time into it. And then I put the time into taking that panel out because I overthought it, and because it was just like the tiniest hint of a shade different, I took that panel out. Then, so, after the Jessa ball and the photo shoots with the pirates and the Rococo and the Lady Hobbit that I'm doing, then I have the Chemise Reine picnic that I put together. And I started a Chemise Reine dress. I will need to finish that the week after I get back from the photography trip. I will have 1 week to finish that dress. Then after that, I will have just a few weeks before October starts. And then my autumn projects that I was hoping to start earlier than now, and I of course am not. So I've got autumn projects, and then I've got winter projects, and then I've got projects for spring and the Victorian Festival, and I want to be ahead of everything. And every year I say, I'm going to get those done ahead of time. I don't know. The two projects, one that I know I'm doing and one that I am still thinking about. There's a group that is doing Barbie holiday Christmas dresses, and I was supposed to be doing it for Emerald City Comic Con a couple years ago, and I can't remember what happened. I don't even think I made it to that Comic Con. I think I was sick. Maybe I had COVID. Maybe not. I don't remember what was going on, but I didn't make it. But they're doing it this year to go to this Enchanted holiday event. And I signed up for this year's Barbie dress, which has this cute plaid fabric and stuff. And it's really cute. I think I have the really good fabric for it. So I have that Christmas outfit costume for sure. And then, my friend Rebecca from Lady Rebecca Fashions is doing one of the wives from the musical Six, and our cosplayer friend Carolee from Carolee Cosplays is doing another one. She already did the one that Rebecca's doing, but she's doing a different one now. And when Rebecca was telling me about it, I was like, oh, fun. We were talking about it when we were at costume college because we roomed together. She's like, you should do one of them. And so I'm looking at the pictures and I'm like, pants, or like ridiculously short skirts. I can't wear any of these. And I'm like, I don't think I could wear any of these, Like Rebecca grabbed the one that wears like a skirt to her knees, which is like the longest skirt out of any of them. So I'm like, I don't think I can do any of these. And then I found out that there's alternate costumes. Like, there's the main costumes that they wear, and then there are some alternate costumes that are also worn on stage. And so, because I was looking through pictures of each of the queens, and I'd be like, wait, what is this costume? What queen is this costume? And I found out that those are alternate costumes that also get worn on stage sometimes. And so I was looking through the alternate costumes and I found one that I was like, okay, I might be willing to make him wear this one. Maybe. So I've been staring at the picture of this alternate costume. And I'm going to make a decision soon. I just, if you follow me, you know that I have body issues and whatnot, and wearing this costume would be very, very different for me. It doesn't hide much and is not very forgiving to a larger lady. So, but I love the idea of dressing up with my friends. As you know, that is basically why I sew, is so I can dress up with my friends. Not just so I can dress up, but so I can dress up with my friends. That is where I get the most joy, is when I'm actually dressing up with people. Not just dressing up, but dressing up with others who are also dressing up. So, we shall see if that happens. I also need to sew for Handsome Hubby, and I'm terrified of doing that. So I've been looking for some costumes for him online, but it always reminds me why learning to sew and sewing costumes is a good thing. Because yes, it's an expensive hobby, but buying costumes is even more expensive. Because, I mean, my time is free to me. I don't have to pay for my own time. But if you buy a costume, you have to pay for someone else's. And it's expensive. I mean, they're worth it, but it's expensive. And when you don't have money, like I don't have money, yeah. So, I don't know. I might have to try and sew for Handsome Hubby, which terrifies me. I don't know why, but I hear this from a lot of other costumers too, that sewing men's costumes is just so intimidating. It just is. I don't know how else to put it, but it is. It's intimidating. Maybe it's because he's so hot. And when he's in costume, he just looks hotter. Okay, done. I think that's my update for now. Wow, I actually talked about a lot of sewing stuff in this video. Are you impressed? Thank you for sharing your sewing projects, your events, and all of your stuff with me while I have just been a grumpy Gus and down this last month, basically. It is really nice and really helpful to hear what everyone else is doing and just kind of live vicariously through you, and I love it. So keep it coming. I love you all. Thank you, friends. And I hopefully will be more regular with posting these videos. And you will definitely see more videos in the coming week/weeks as I'm going on some adventures. Okay, bye, friends. Bye.